Welcome, ladies and gentlemen out there in the T.A.G world and in the less than stealthy world. This review will be on both channels because the Cinema Bros, because you know, we're brothers, and we're here to talk about Queen of the Ring. Now, for those that does not know what Queen of the Ring is, it is the new biopic that is telling the life of Mildred Burke, one of the pioneer.
Big Millie.
Not
the little one.
Not the little one. The pioneer of women's wrestling. She's the reason why women's wrestling is what it is today.
Okay,
she's the reason why it became a thing.
Let them know, Scoop.
Like,
honk the horn on their
like
ass.
if you don't want to give credit to Big Millie, then you're not a wrestling fan. Let's just put it out there. She pioneered it. Whether there was others who did it with her, of course, but as far as the name, the face, and the one who was putting in the work to be the name and the face, Big Mildred, not the little. But yes, Queen of the Ring is the newest movie. I didn't even see the studio. Oh, because we missed the beginning part to see what studio.
I was waiting.
But I was like, we missed the studio. But you had Emily Bette Rickards, who played Mildred Burke, Josh Lucas, who played Billy Wolf, Tyler Posey, who played G-Bill, who's the son of Billy Wolf. You had Walter Goggins, who played Jack Pfeffer, Francesco Eastwood, who played Mae Young. My God. But we'll get more in that later. You had Marie Erverganopoulos, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, who played Elvira Snodgrass. AEW's current Camille, who was June Byers. Cara Buono as Bertha. Gavin Castellino, who played Joe Jr., who was he was like a teen son, young adult of Mildred Burke. You had Adam Demos, who was Gorgeous George. You had Deborah Ann Wall as Gladys Killam Gillum. You had Kelly Bergland as Neil Stewart. Damaris Lewis as Babs Wingo. Martin Cole from Cobra Kai fame and, of course, Karate Kid fame as Al Half. You got that boy, legendary James E., or as us wrestling fans know, Jim Cornette, who was the NWA commissioner. I mean, he did. You had timeless Toni Storm, current AEW Women's Champion, as Clara Mortensen. You have WWE superstar Naomi as Ethel Johnson.
The reason for the season.
I mean, there was a lot in this movie, and biases is going to show because we're avid wrestling fans. Like, isn't it crazy that you can sit there and think to yourself that for at least 30 years, you've been watching something? Because at least the bottom of the benchmark is for at least 30 years we've been watching wrestling.
Yeah, it's honestly one of the first things I ever remember watching.
So there will be a little bit of biases because of us being wrestling fans, but on the real talk, this was not a bad movie. This was, of course, I mean, there was some shots and some scenes and the way the movie was done at times that you could kind of nitpick, but as far as getting the overall message of the movie and the overall story of the movie, not a bad movie at all.
I think if I only had to nitpick one thing, was time jumps. They wasn't noticeable.
That was my nitpick. That was talking about with the things like they did. And the way they'll do the time jumps, they'll do something, then they'll like fade to black, and then they're like, bam, now we here.
Yeah,
it was like,
I think that's my only nitpick.
But as a wrestling fan and as a supporter of women's wrestling, this is definitely a must-see of a movie. Like, you could get inspired by it because coming from a time where they really didn't want women to do nothing, and the fact that they had to fight to even be somewhat taken serious, not to be seen as sexual or anything like that. And for them,
they even touched on black women.
And then not only that, but then the fact, like they said, we don't even want colors. Like, so you're black and you're a woman, we definitely don't want you here. But they was like, nah, they gonna get in there and wrestle, and y'all gonna enjoy it, just like y'all have been. So shut up. This should have been shoved down our throats as wrestling fans to go see this movie.
Honestly speaking, I was not expecting it to, like, and I am an avid women's wrestling fan. Like, I'm talking through the dozens. I can give you history and facts, but I was not expecting this movie to be as good as it was, and it was really good.
And I really do love the simplistic nature of how it was just like, hey, I just want to be a wrestler. Let's go be a wrestler. And boom, let's just do it. Like literally Mildred's story was she was just tired of being a waitress. And her mom went to go see a show. She was like, I want to do that. And then literally it was...
Honestly, not to get like too deep, that's kind of like everything in life.
I mean, that is true. It'd be like, I want to do that, and you just really put your mind to it and just go do it.
If you want to
bars. Since this had a big cast, we're going to talk about MVP. Now, personally speaking, co-MVPs. Emily Beth Richards, who plays Mildred Burke, and Francesca Eastwood, who played Mae Young. When I tell you, my love for Mae Young,
like Mae is a scene stealer. The
my
actress
love
who played
for
her,
Mae Young grew more.
My love for the actress who played her, I'm gonna have to check for her. Like,
and I'm looking at her credits. The only thing I have seen her in would have been Old.
Who's she playing in Old?
Madrid, which I don't remember Madrid.
Maybe that was one of the characters in the lab or something.
Maybe so.
I don't remember her on the beach.
Maybe so, but I'm like, as we're looking at her credits,
you going a little fast.
But both of those ladies, like I said, especially Mae Young, like knowing Mae Young's story and just seeing some of it play out in this, it was like, how can you not cut for Mae Young even more after this movie?
Yeah, like Mae is that bitch.
She really is.
Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Mae is that bitch.
Like, I really have no complaints. No, this would have definitely gave me movie FOMO for sure. But, and once again, I've already said, biases aside, cinema.
Yeah.
This
cinema
is cinema.
Yeah.
It may be the lowest of cinemas to some people or whatever.
Yeah.
But cinema.
And there's, I don't give a fuck it, bias included.
Yes.
Cinema.
Now, if you're not a wrestling fan or didn't have any interest, wait for streaming. It was a good 2 hours.
Go see the fucking movie.
Or like he just said, go see the fucking movie. But if you want to wait for streaming, support. If you are a wrestling fan, support the movie.
Look at that. She's fucking gorgeous.
She is. She really is. Like, she is a scene. Like, T.A.G. Hold on. Let me show y'all.
Look at the bone
I don't know
structure.
how clear that's going to come through. Not clear at all.
See if you do one of them numbers. Oh,
I see this woman. She was Mae Young. And, yeah, she kills it.
And Millie ate down.
She did. And I like how believable it was. Like, it didn't look like one of these people that they got to be like, this is who y'all got to play, man.
No, that's what I was getting ready to say. That's what I was like when she said she ate down, like, the body.
Yeah. Like, she, like, at the end of the movie, they were showing the real people, and it was like, damn. Like, y'all did it, like, I mean, like, not as far as looks-wise, but at least body-wise, it was like, shit, okay. Speaking of, I still wonder the way with Hollywood works, because when I tell y'all the time capsule this movie is in, between the clothes, the cars, the dialect, the look, it was like, where y'all preserving this stuff from? Because, my goodness.
I feel like they made a lot of that.
They had to.
In which, if that's the case, like, I mean, regardless, shout out to the crew, like the costume, the production, like, all of it.
My goodness. You would have thought you was in the 40s and 50s in this movie, because it
just goes to show like how different like wrestling in general has like progressed.
Yes.
Like losing matches to a suplex.
The fact that you were right, the fact that some of the moves that they was losing to in this movie, you was like,
I kept like when Camille was on the ropes, I was just like, hit her with the oblivion. Like, I was just like, could you imagine somebody doing that back then? Like, it would have been like...
I mean, you got to remember, back then, throwing somebody over the top rope would have been a disqualification.
Somebody went over the top rope in this one, and they died.
That is also true, too.
Rest in peace to my good Judy.
That is also true, too, because, yeah, that did happen.
Rest in peace, mama. Actually, rest in peace to everybody up in here.
Yes.
Because I think everybody in here dead.
Yeah, it would not surprise me.
Yeah, I think except for maybe Mildred's son.
I would say, maybe Jack Jr. Maybe the only one.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Shout out to the niggas who paved the way.
Well, they mentioned his name, but you know, Vince McMahon Jr. is technically still with us. His name was mentioned in the movie. He wasn't Vince McMahon Sr. was in the movie, but they did mention Vince McMahon Jr. So
They even threw shade.
they did. They did throw some subtle shade. Talking about having all the producers up in the storylines and everything. So they did throw shade. But I mean, hey, the man revolutionized too. But yeah. What you said cinema too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so hey, there you go.
Go see the fucking movie.
This is cinema from the Cinema Bros.
Peace, bitch.
Shout outs to the Lesser Stealthy Ninjas, Cosmic Boss, Run Your Miss. Shout outs to my T.A.G brethren, Lip Dizzle, Jaeger Bomb Bastard.
What's poppin', Lip?
097 and Kicking It with Leo. Like I said, this video is going to be on both. But whether you love it or hate it, don't forget to rate it thumbs up, thumbs down. Preferably thumbs up. Like, share, comment, subscribe. After you subscribe, tag, or hit the notification bell. Like I said, on either one. When you do all of that, you're welcome into the family. You're welcome into the Ninja Village, or you're welcome into the T.A.G Nation, or you can be a part of both. Period. And until then, everybody, peace out. What he said.